Okay, a few words about meditation for the first timers. We have defectors today. Meditation is not an activity, and my definition of meditation may surprise you and may seem to be at odds with whatever we believe to be meditation. So here it goes. We are in perfect meditation the moment we don't believe to be a separate and limited entity. That's very simple. Now, if, for instance, we investigate this question, the question being, am I a separate consciousness? In order for this investigation to be genuine, it is important that I have some doubts about being a separate entity. That's a fine point to see clearly, because if I am 100% certain of something, I'm not going to investigate whether it's true. If I investigate, and if my investigation is a true one, an authentic one, it implies that I don't already have the answer. If I have the answer, why ask the question? Some people come to my site and they have already the answer. And they ask a question. And I detect them. It's not a real question. They have already the answer. If you have already the answer, you're not open. You're not in not knowing in relation to the question. You cannot pretend that you don't know if you believe you know. So that's the first precondition for meditation, is to have a doubt about what we believe to be. If we've already decided, I am this human body, we are cooked. If we have decided, I am this human mind or soul or whatever, we are cooked. We have already decided. We have decided, I am separate. We are not investigating. So now the moment we investigate, we are in true meditation, provided we truly investigate. So that's already one way. If we are interested in this question and we are investigating truly, authentically, we have to know at that moment, I am in perfect meditation, although it may seem to be that I'm not, because I have a different idea of what meditation, perfect meditation, should feel like having smoked a big one and soaring at 300,000 feet. That's not what meditation is. We are in perfect meditation the moment we truly don't know that we are a separate entity. It is a minimal threshold. It is not, there is a higher threshold which would be to know that I am a universal consciousness. This one is not required to be in perfect meditation. That's very important. It is sufficient not to know, to be open. Of course, the moment we investigate, we don't know, we are open, we are in perfect meditation. Now, does it imply that we need to investigate in order to be in perfect meditation? No. If we investigate, we are in meditation, but we can be in meditation without investigate. A very clear instance is, for instance, I investigate. So I am in meditation already. I investigate. How do I know that I am a separate consciousness? I have the experience of consciousness in this moment. How do I know that this consciousness is separate? How do I know it is dependent on the body? And what may happen is that say, I don't know. I'm the only one who can know. Francis or the Pope, they cannot know. I'm the only one. And if I don't have the answer, that's it. There is no higher authority who can tell me what I am. It's very important. There is no higher authority. Not the scripture, whatever scripture there is. Not what Jesus has said, not the Bhagavad Gita, not the Ribu Gita, not the Ashtavakra Gita, not the Upanishad, not the Atma Buddha. Only I can find out whether I am limited or not as consciousness. And if I don't find it, that's it. If I don't know, it means I don't know. Nobody can know for me. And if I don't know that I am separate. If I don't know, I am in perfect meditation. If I don't know that I am separate, I am in perfect meditation. So I can assess at that moment that I am in perfect meditation. That's the end of the investigation, right? I have investigated. The conclusion, I don't know. The mistake people make is, oh no. They say, oh no. My current condition is not perfect meditation. Why? Because I am not soaring effortlessly at 30,000 feet, right? With the landing gear up and the configuration very smooth. I'm not in this condition. Big mistake. It was an aeronautical metaphor. So, I am in perfect meditation. I've conducted the investigation. I have received the answer from my own experience, from my own consciousness, and the answer is, I frigging don't know. So from that on, I'm not investigating any longer. Whatever happens. I remain in perfect meditation. We have to know that. No matter what happens, I don't have to control my thought. I don't have to control my breath. I don't have to control anything. I can think whatever I want to think about. You see, I can allow for my thoughts to unfold freely, to let them be like a butterfly, moving from flower to flower. I'm still in perfect meditation until a pesky thought arises. Or a pesky is like mosquitoes are pesky. What I mean by a pesky thought or a pesky feeling is a thought or a feeling that wouldn't arise unless I believe to be a separate consciousness. A thought or a feeling which is a direct consequence of the belief to be a separate consciousness, and that wouldn't arise if that was not the case. So then this pesky thought or pesky feeling is like an alarm signal that says, you have left the meditation, warning. So what happens then? I say, oh shit, I left the meditation. And then why? Yeah, I believe to be a separate entity, but I know better. I mean, I can verify it, I can resume the investigation, but I've done that so many times that I know. I've no evidence that I am separate. At that moment, meditation resumes. And it remains up until I decide otherwise, to be a separate entity again. And then you may ask the question, but what about the 30,000 feet soaring? That refers to a condition of the body and of the mind, not a condition of consciousness. This, when the mind and the body are not subjected any longer to the tyranny of the belief to be a separate entity, they go back to their natural condition. And if we are in a condition like here, where we don't have anything else to do than to sit here for an hour, we don't have to work physically or intellectually, there is nothing urgent, and there is no, the mind and the body are not triggered by the desire to do something, to go somewhere else, to escape, to avoid the sense of lack or the fears that may arise. Everything is allowed to come to the surface. It may be, in the beginning, unpleasant. It's like a journey at sea that starts with a storm and then ends up with a beautiful weather on the French Riviera. But there are, even if we live in meditation, there can be challenging circumstances for the body or for the mind, in which case the perfect condition of soaring at 30,000 feet is going to be interrupted. Something as stupid as a toothache can interrupt your meditation at 30,000 feet with a big, but it doesn't mean that the real meditation is interrupted, because this piece in the background will still be there. Okay, it seemed what I said like a speech, but it's something that if you understand what has been said, that's all you need to meditate. That's it, folks.